Okay guys, over the last week or so I've been talking about State Farm insurance, ways to cover a loss if you happen to have some misfortune with your Mavic. And although DJI has the refresh program, I believe you need to purchase that shortly after you purchase the machine. I think they give you a window in which to purchase that coverage. And there is also a deductible. Not sure how it really works. I don't have it. I didn't purchase it. I didn't opt for that. And I do understand that you do need not only a deductible to some degree, but you need to have the machine. If it goes into the deep blue sea, never to be seen from again, they won't cover it. But you will still have your remote in your hand, so I guess you can just go buy the $700 one and you're good to go. Now, State Farm takes a different approach to that, and this is in Florida. $75 annual premium, zero deductible. It can go in the deep blue sea, they're going to get you another one. You can crash it, they're going to fix it or replace it. It can get stolen, they're going to replace it. And again, that's $75 a year in Florida. Some states are $60. I've even heard some states as low as $30, but the cap is a little lower. I think it's $1,000. For the $75 in Florida, the cap is $2,500, which allows you to actually add 2 machines and perhaps the monitor device that you're using. It's $2,500 bucks, no deductible, and that sounds like a really good thing. Now, last week when I was talking about it, I had only gone through the process of the binder, which everybody goes through. That from the get-go, you go through the binder process. You sign your name, and they take the serial number. My agent not only took the serial number, but he took pictures of the actual machine in the case, so they know what's included with the loss, if there is one. That would be, in a case of it being stolen, there's the chargers in there, the batteries are in there, the remote, the unit itself, and SD card. So all that whole package comes up to about $1,000 with the Pro. Okay, now the Fly More is going to be a little bit more, but your agent will take a picture, take the serial number. The serial number is actually on the box, so if they ask for it, that's where you're going to find it. I couldn't find it on the machine itself. I even looked in the little battery bay and I didn't see it in there. There's a lot of numbers, but it's not the serial number. So I sat down with my agent today with some pointed questions regarding this. I have binders last week. This week they send me the actual policy. So I was able to go over the whole thing, and I can see everything here. It's pretty black and white, and there are some exclusions, and that would be in the brochure they give you for the personal articles policy. The exclusions are not very many. Acts of war, fraud. In one case that we actually sat down and spent a little time with and tried to dissect it is you can't use it for business. That would be the camera part of the drone. The fine print, the way it's worded, it actually leads us to believe that if you did use it for business and you did have a loss, the camera itself won't be covered, but the drone will be. So I'm not really sure how that works. That was some interesting verbiage in the policy. And speaking of verbiage, I do believe all this is going to change. And probably with the more people that file claims, the quicker that change is going to come along. Now, a pointed question I had to him was, let's say that there's a lot of claims. State Farm realizes this is not in their best interest to continue this. Can they cancel it? He said, yeah, they could cancel it, but they don't really ever do that except with the homeowners along the water. They did a few years back. But with things like this, they typically don't do that. You would be grandfathered in until the policy came to renew a year later. And at that time, they may choose not to rewrite the policy. Now, they're also, even though this says $1,000 value, they're going to get it for whatever they can get it for. If they can buy one, say you still have the remote, they're going to get a hold of a $700 unit and send it to you. But it's going to be a new unit. It's not like DJI Refresh, which I understand they are actually replacing with refurbished units. He said they won't do that. You're going to get a new one. They're going to either fix it or replace it. So there could be a little downtime there. You know, maybe DJI will have a big turnaround and you'll have it in a few days, where with State Farm it could take a week. It might even take 2 weeks. It depends on your agent and how he works to fight for you on what you need to have accomplished. So other than that, I really didn't see anything that stuck out as a red flag or concerned me at all. It just seems like the best way to go. So I guess in closing, for those that are naysayers, that don't think that this is really the way to go, all I would say is, let's say you have a claim, they canceled you, they replaced your machine. With that new machine, get the DJI refresh. You're still ahead of the game. Or don't get any insurance at all. Then you're out of a lot of money. So there's a number of ways to do this. I'm not an agent. I'm not speaking for State Farm. I'm just throwing some options out there. And believe me, if anybody has any from Allstate or Geico or any of the other major or less major minor insurance companies, post it and let's see what we got. We're going to work together on this, and the more we work together, the better it is for everybody. Thanks, guys.